guess I was freeze up, fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a key mask, emotion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up, fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speak up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a key mask, emotion, and ease up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freeze up.
Welcome, welcome to the Ultimate DJ Music Review and More Talk Show. I am your host, Miss Taj B. Welcome, guys. You know how I do every week. You know what we do, how we do. And like I always tell you guys, we're going to start off first with thank you, Lord, for blessing the show always and making us able to be here and on time, actually. And, um, and who is it that I want to say rest in peace to? It's one of the bassists um, who played the bass for. I'll remember it going along. You guys know I don't like to keep people waiting on here. I always have a wonderful guest on here. You guys know that. And this week, of course, it is no different. So, welcome to the stage, Miss JEMIKA Hall.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Good evening.
How to do?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I'm still on two ankles. Shoot, I ain't gonna complain. Now, Miss Lady, introduce yourself. Tell the people what you do, how you do, why you do what you do. Introduce yourself.
Well, my name is JEMIKA Hall, and I'm the founder and executive director for M.A.R.C.S Friends Inc. M.A.R.C.S Friends Inc. is a nonprofit based on families affected by gun violence and trauma, and we have an at-risk youth group. We have food pantry, a diaper closet. We do a lot of community outreach and engagement, just trying to be like the, proactive side of gun violence.
And what made you start this group?
So the reason why we started M.A.R.C.S Friends is because my 17-year-old DeMarcus was killed by gun violence in 2018. And it happened in Richmond, Virginia. And eventually I came back to New York. When we got back to New York, I was looking for organizations and groups to help with gun violence. But, they have groups for cancer. They have groups for widows. They have groups for everything. But they don't have, at the time, they didn't have groups as much, especially in Newburgh for gun violence. Ring was fairly new. I mean, not Ring. Snug was fairly new to. My camera going off. I was trying to be nosy, a little bit low key, but they didn't have as many resources as they do now for families that were affected by gun violence. It was kind of one of those subjects that people, they knew and they addressed when it happened, but I just kind of full force said, you know what, let me ask other moms, do they feel like I feel? And what about the kids that are left behind that are affected by the gun violence? And so we started the at-risk group where we talk to children that are affected by it directly or indirectly. And after time, we found out a lot of people had signed their children up and were like, oh no, I don't know if they never. And then by the time you ask kids if they were affected by gun violence, a lot of children are affected by gun violence more than we know. We just think that if they're not directly related to somebody that's lost, that they don't fear it or experience or haven't heard gunshots that made them, and they understand like what happens on the back end. Us trying to be like a interceptor and also a resource to help them get coping skills and such to deal with it and navigate after the grief.
Absolutely, I get it. I get it. Now, I gave you a little brief overview of what this show is about. Um, my condolences first. Let's start there. Um,
Thank you. I appreciate it.
yeah, because that that's not it's not an easy thing to go through. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember being at the brink of that at one point. You know what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
um, to the point so much that I had to ask people to please stop praying. Like they kept saying, "We
Because
praying for you." I'm like, listen, just stop praying for me. And it wasn't out of hostility or anything, right? The reason why I asked him to stop praying for me is because I kept saying to him, we gonna pray this one time and then we gonna watch the miracle of God happen. You feel what I'm saying? Like we
yeah,
pray and we leave that there and then we watch God's miracle take form. You
I
get what I'm
think
saying?
that you just got to trust him. And a lot
Yeah,
of times with that is like, we think that if we pray, something's going to change and it's not going to happen. And that's not what God's will means. And I think a lot of people, that's the part of leaning onto their own understanding. When you pray and you start to accept God's will, like for my situation, God had already, prophesied my son's death to me in the manner that it would kind of happen and how he would be found. And it was since he was like 4. So I used to, me and my dad would communicate about it. And I would talk to him and I used to think I was going crazy. So I never really told anybody outside of Mark. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
when it took place, mentally God had already positioned me to be ready for it. And it wasn't like, people keep trying to, and this is the thing that I tell people, and this is why church is very hard for me right now, because church people sometimes tend to tell you what they feel like it is, and that's their own understanding as well. When God shows you something, you have to be strong enough and have a strong enough connection with God that you believe in him no matter what or no matter who is saying anything different. You have to understand, like with Mark's death,
absolutely.
people were praying and I already knew the answer because God already gave it to me. So it was the only thing I could do is make peace with what God had, what was God's will. And like I said,
Absolutely.
with God's will, it was more so accepting that this is what's happening and it's happening now. And it's not no 2 or 3 weeks from now. It's not another year. You're not getting a second chance. This is happening now. And once you accept God's will, it doesn't mean you accepted losing your child. It just means that you understand that God prepared me. So when it happened, I was, conditioned for what was coming next. When we don't accept God's will, that's when things tend to be a little bit more harder, or we can't, understand. Like we keep saying, why me? I do feel like why me sometimes because I feel like I was an attentive mom. I feel like as much as I might have ripped and ran, I still mommed just as much. So I do look at other people sometimes now that, he's gone and they have chances to be better with their children and they don't take those chances. And I'm like, little do they know, it may be a day that they don't have that chance.
Yeah, absolutely. And the funny thing is, and I'm thank you for sharing that because that's real deep. Because that's what happened to me with my nephew when I moved back from Virginia. I sent my nephew back and I moved back from Virginia thinking that I could save him, but the Lord had warned me that if I sent him back to Newburgh, he shall surely die. That's the way that it came to me. But I
It's
couldn't
clear as day when God gives it to you.
stop him because he wanted to go and check on his brothers. And you know the situation with that. So I don't have to go into depth with it. You know what I'm saying? But he wanted
Hmm.
to go because he was in comfort. I always live a little comfortably. You feel what I'm saying? And he was in
I
comfort,
understand.
but his brothers were. You understand what I'm saying? And I couldn't take
Hmm.
care of all of them,
Yeah.
but I could take one of them at a time. You get what I'm saying? And then when I sent him back, the Lord had told me straight up that if I took him back to the spot, that he shall surely die. In those words. And
With
then when
me,
he
it was I
said it,
kept.
I was
Oof.
crushed. And then you
Trust me, it
see,
didn't make it any easier just because we got it prophesized. I think more of it for me is like just trying to be what is normal, what is regular, what is
there is
life
no
now.
such thing.
And being around people that expect you to be who you were before, even if you find me doing things from before, I'm a whole new being. It's like I died and came back, like with my son, like,
Absolutely.
what I'm saying. And trying to like still maintain relationships and friendships and things like before. And it's almost like I'm disgusted with my own life. And it's like I look at things like that I used for coping skills early on. The first things I started doing to cope was men and food. And that's why I blew up so fast and I was in stuff every minute. You know what I mean? And then it had to come to a point where, all right, if you notice I'm gaining weight, then I must not be running behind no man. And if I start slimming down, I must be running behind. So I had to learn life, you know what I'm saying? And I still ain't there, you know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Um,
Absolutely.
Finding things that comfort me is like alone time. Things that I used to be like fearful of. you know my situation and how my presence, how my existence came about. I'm the last child of a married man, and just always wanting to belong and always being envied, but yet not understanding why, because I'm getting it worse than everybody else. I'm the youngest and I'm not being fully cared for. My mother's working as hard as she can to maintain things. My dad is now back in his situation. So my whole life has always been chaotic, and I've never craved peace more than after I lost my son. It's like I just wanted to when I wanted to just belong, be held, and be cared for. But my whole life, it's like, how do you say, my whole life I had to fight. Like, and I'm laughing to hold back tears, but I've never ever got a chance to grieve my son. And that's why in more recent times, anytime I go through stuff now, I try to just cut people off and get away from them, because
Me
I
too.
realize how short life is, and it's too short for me to feel like I need to have anybody around me that I got to
To have to be
question.
compromised. That's right.
Yeah, I feel like as soon as I feel like you starting to drill holes in this arc, you got to go. And I don't care if it's my kids, I don't care who it is, and I just make peace with God. Like even with Mark, he was like always trying to belong, and I cried because I knew how he felt, and he had to honestly get that from me, just wanting and longing for family and wanting that around thing. But I had to learn that when it comes to like even that, you know, you never know how people view you. Sometimes people think you're the worst vermin scum of the earth, and you'll never know that as long as you're in a position to help. As soon as you put boundaries in place and you start not being able to, or you start shaking your head no and stepping back or wanting more for yourself, then you a problem. And don't let God give you more for yourself, because then people, oh, you think this or you act like that. Why
Absolutely.
you should want more for yourself. I want more for myself. So, it's just hard, because if we live by how people live, we'll never have nothing, and we'll be in place always to be an enabler and stair steps to them. But when we live by God, it gets lonely and it gets uncomfortable. But
Oh,
all that
oh, it's lonely
just
at the top.
it's very lonely at the top. And
It's
that's why
lonely at the top. It
I
is.
know I'm there with certain things, because the isolation, and you
Yes,
just get
it's
time to
lonely
be
at the
closer
top.
to God.
And you know
But
what it is too? A lot of times when God is trying to okay, now I was saying to you about my nephew and how that had crushed me, right? And it crushed me so bad that it gave me purpose.
it does.
I went out after that and Tosh B emerged. And a lot of people didn't know that that was actually me the whole time.
Amen. But they
Because
knew it was, hold on.
they
They
had
knew it was you.
already,
They
yeah,
knew it
but
was you, but it was when it was convenient for them.
no. What I'm saying to you is that they didn't really know that that was me because they had already given me an identity.
That part too. That's definitely the whole thing. That's definitely it.
So
And
when I popped out on them, like Kendra says, sometimes you got to pop out and show niggas. You feel
yeah,
what I'm
you do.
saying? So when I popped out on him, it was so stunning, and now everything is a down everything I do. Let me down her for everything because
Yeah.
I'm gonna make her be who I framed her to be. You get
Praise
what I'm
God.
saying?
Praise
But
report.
see, but see, God is
Look,
so
praise report.
good that He'll lift you right on up away from them, and that's what I was going into the point of. Sometimes the separation is so that He can graduate you. You can't graduate and still be in the same grade.
Thank you. Amen. It's definitely true. And it's like you just gotta be okay with it. Even if you ain't okay with it, you gotta be okay with it. Cause who gonna pick a fight with God? Not me.
Yeah, not me
I'm not
either.
about to pick a fight with God, because I
Not
understand
me
what he's
either.
doing.
And don't care who get mad when I say no,
Yeah.
because that's where I'm at. You and where I'm at is what I told him is that I can no longer afford to be disobedient, right? Because disobedience will make you lose. Disobedience will cause a sacrifice.
You'll hit brick walls. You may not even know why. Sometimes it'll be cancer around you, it'll be poison around you, and you don't realize why things ain't elevating. And you got to sit back, pull yourself out of it, and look around and look to the left, to look to the right, like, hey,
You know what I tell people?
mm-hmm,
Just stop for a minute and watch everything floating around you. Don't even do nothing. Just stop and just watch everything.
mm-hmm.
Don't even do nothing. Just stop.
And if you don't do it, God will do it for you.
I'm telling you, because when you stop, then you start to see everything flying around your head like an orb. You're like, what the hell was that? You're like, oh man, I ain't even see that before. Why? Is because you was too busy moving while things was moving around you.
And it's almost like a shift when God about to promote you again. It's like
All that go.
a gut wrenching shift. Like it's almost like something is just pressing inside of you to be birthed. And that's why, like, even during June, from June to September, we were furloughed and nobody knew because I still was just like cheerful, still pushing through for the events we said we were going to do. And, it came a time at the back to school event. We didn't even have the funding to do the event. And one of my friends that I've been friends with behind the scenes, because I can't, that's another thing, when you're anointed, set apart, and you know your place, the people that you really cherish, you got to keep them kind of hidden. And I never
Yeah,
understood that
absolutely.
because
Because
they're not
people will
always
try
as
to take
strong as
them.
you.
Yeah, and people
They
will try
will.
to take them from you too.
They will. And they'll feed them poison to make
Yeah.
them against you. And it's up to them
Yep.
to have enough sense to know, like, if this person ain't never crossed me, I don't care what they did with everybody else because I seen what everybody else did to them. Let me not feed into this. So as I was saying, we were furloughed, and I was like, I feel like I'm about to. And every time God give me something big or something good come out from God, I'm in a bad place. When I produce, I'm in like a most uncomfortable place.
But
And so
that's where he guarantee his miracles.
I promise you. So I was sitting there and I was like, you've been wanting to write two books. No, a book. I said, but then I want to help with therapy to kids. So I did a therapy book first this time because I'm catering to kids more than adults these days because adults is dangerous.
Yes, absolute. Well,
Adults is dangerous.
now you over here screaming my story. Wait a minute. Let's save all this stuff and then I'm gonna give you an opportunity to get into all that. You ready for the 5 questions?
Yeah, I'm
Let's
ready
do
for the
those.
5 questions.
Yeah, let's do that first and then we'll go into, you know, you know, personal journey and healing. How did your personal journey through grief inspire you to start this outreach center?
Just wanting to help so that nobody felt alone, feeling like I felt. Simple as that.
That's okay. What has been the most powerful lesson you've learned about healing while helping others heal?
No matter what, no matter what. Even if it's wounded, a snake is always going to be a snake. So if
Yeah,
you
well,
nurse the snake back to health, when it's well enough, 9 out of 10, it's going to bite you.
sometimes dogs be just healthy enough to bite you right after you feed them.
Yeah.
You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? Sometimes if you feed them, that'll give them enough energy to literally bite you with. You
Yes,
know.
yes,
So
it
you
is.
those things you have to be very careful about. I mean, we can look at, you following, not following my path, but you still in same journey. You understand what I'm saying? As far as home is concerned, and so you're encountering the same peoples,
Whew.
just in a different, in a different atmosphere.
It's,
You
it's it's
understand?
not easy. It's not
I
easy.
know.
People be so envious of you, and you ain't even halfway where you want to be at. And it's just crazy because if people put in the work, all the energy and stuff, like you're trying to help, people don't realize who's genuinely trying to help them either.
Mm-mm,
So
no.
what I
Mm-mm.
learned is also with that kind of piggybacks that question is everybody's not your assignment, and you trying to help people that ain't even assigned to you, and that's why you burnt out, that's why you tired, that's why you
Absolutely.
destiny swapping. You just got to learn who's really your assignment. When you'll know when God is sending somebody to you because they'll come so purely and innocently and without confusion.
Sister, um, going through it, I didn't really go out there to be amongst everybody else's children. I went out there because mine wasn't really raised in Newburgh like that. And so they didn't like to play with the little kids. They was like, "Oh no." They was, "Oh no, mom." You know, you know how they are. And so I was like, "Well, let me create something for my children. I'm from here."
Hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And so I wish somebody would, was my attitude going to the block where, and so I began creating things for them to do. And I first started the little step group in front of the barbershop, and the double dutch and the jacks and stuff, because I had realized that the little kids don't even know how to play jacks. And then I looked, they ain't even know how to jump rope. And then I looked around the street and I'm like, ain't no parks around here. They can't go play at the park. Like, what now? What's going on around here? Why are all the kids in the middle of the street playing basketball? I made them build all that. Everything that I was mad about, I made them build. You get what I'm saying? So there be
I totally get it.
purpose behind your movement that other
People don't get
people,
it.
you feel me?
Because it's got to be in you. You got to live it. You got to feel it. You got to be it. Or you have to have been low enough to be able to empathize with what is the need. And that's where it comes from. Like, even with me running an organization, I run into brick walls often. I've heard what people say about me, and it hurts sometimes. It hurts deep because people are so busy trying to put a label on you that they can't complete their work. They can't eat what's on their plate
Absolutely.
because they're worried about the food that's on yours. So I am very innovative. I'm very foot forward. I'm very in tune because I'm here and I'm still not there, but I'm there, but I'm still
That's right.
here. So I'm present. And it's a big difference between being here and being present because being here just means you're here, but being present means being in tune. So even with our food pantry, who wants to go get kidney beans, peanut butter, applesauce? People want a piece of steak too. Just because you
Yeah.
broke don't mean
Yeah.
you want to eat bad, you know. So it's like just even simple things as that, just always trying to make sure that what I would want for myself is what I would want somebody to give me. No matter if I lost
Absolutely.
my job. I went 4 months with no paycheck almost. And that didn't mean I should have to have a peanut butter and jelly if I didn't crave a peanut butter and jelly. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Treating people wholeheartedly like they're somebody, whether they're a CEO or a poor person. I promote it all day long. Please stop telling me it's for the poor and less fortunate. I'm not labeling what I'm giving away as that because I'm for working families, and I don't mean it because of election reason. I mean it for if you're a mother, a father, a family, a kid, a person, whoever. You could be poor, homeless, whatever. If I have something that you can use, please come get it.
Say I do it for hungry people and needy people.
I want whoever needs it to get it. I don't want you
Yeah.
to feel like because what if you
You
just
hear what
paid
I
your rent?
said? For hungry people, whether they rich or poor, I do it for hungry people or needy
Come
people.
eat.
If I can serve the need, I'm gonna serve the need. You get what
And
I'm
that's
saying? It's
that's the part where when other people try to duplicate things, often imitate it, never duplicate it. Because you can imitate me all you want, but you're never gonna be able to duplicate me. Because here's the thing: you got to be me to be me.
absolutely.
And when you're
You
saying that
not only that, but the vision have to
oh
come
Jesus,
through you.
it has to, it has to.
You know what I'm
I've
saying?
had
If it
so many
wasn't your
different,
vision, how can you create it? Or how
and
can
that's
you
the
even
thing.
recreate it? You trying to follow me like Satan and recreate. You trying to follow me like Satan. Let me hit you with the Dr. Umar. You trying to follow me like Satan and recreate.
And that's why
But
part of it
then
for
when you fall away from me, it fall by the wayside, just like Satan.
yeah, because it wasn't yours. When you take things that aren't yours, like truly aren't, not even something like Peter Pan, you rob the rich to give to the poor, you this or you that. When you truly try to take somebody's purpose or their walk and you try to go step in their shoes, God will put lava in them shoes and make you hop right out of them. You're going to hop right out of them because it wasn't yours to
Absolutely.
do. It
Yep,
wasn't yours to do.
absolutely.
And that's why I deal with
And
people
not only that,
accordingly.
but you watch the lack of success with it. Like they don't have as much success as the
They
last
don't.
person.
They
You know
don't.
what I'm
And
saying? So
it's sabotage, backbiting. Let me ask you a question. They say we supposed to be unity this and unity that and black power, but the most adversity I've ever faced in my life was from other black people. I've never experienced half of the hurt and pain that I've experienced from black people, even with my son's death. They want me to hate police. They want me to hate Republicans. They want me to hate white people. But for what? Because it's black people that done worse things to me than them. I love all. If you're a good person, I love you.
absolutely,
And that's the part that I don't get
absolutely,
because you know how this community will do you if you want to do right, right? They'll
absolutely.
segregate you,
Come
they'll
on,
blacklist you, they'll ostracize you, they'll treat you funny and tell you you the one that's funny acting and you don't show love and you silo and
absolutely.
you hard to work with and you're the problem and you're argumentative because you're not a dead fish. God said only dead fish go with the flow.
I was called. Wait a minute. Let me get the wording right. Too radical.
Yeah.
I was called too radical. They want to help you, Taj, but you're too radical.
They
But
don't
Mayor
want people.
Valentine had broke it down to me. He gave me the skinny though. And this is what he said. He said, Taj B. He said, I gotta be honest with you. He said, you don't get the help that you're supposed to get.
God be
He said,
God.
you so dynamic that you don't get the help you supposed to get. He said, because you single-handedly make City Hall look bad. He said single-handedly. He said, but what I need you to do is if you need something, come to me personally. He said, because they're not going to give it to you. You're an embarrassment to everybody right now.
You're an embarrassment to people, but they're not embarrassment to their self for their lack of or their lack. This is what I just said. If you earlier, I put out that somebody was saying, why don't you just cook food and just give it out instead of just giving groceries all the time? Just cook stuff. That's a good idea, right? Perfect.
That's
We'll work on
tedious,
that.
though.
So
Yeah, but
here's
it's
my
tedious.
thing.
I'd have asked them, why don't you come help me cook?
They offer to. I was appreciative. They offer
Yeah,
to.
come help me cook.
They
What
offer to,
day
and I
you
believe they
what
will.
days you available?
The thing about it is people like to see you doing good as long as you're not doing better than them. And when it comes to the world of service of others, I can't look at somebody else and be threatened because I don't know what you lost or what you went through to get to where you are and what made you feel convicted enough to put yourself out there into the public to help others. And I don't think people realize that this is not a choice. It's a purpose. This is not a pick
Absolutely.
me position. This is something that
Absolutely.
was
It's
in
a
the middle of
God
my gut and
given.
God birthed. Like I
That's
don't want
right.
to if I could have my son
That's
back
right.
and get out of everybody's way and let them have whatever it is they have, it'd be cool. But what people can't do is you can't come ride my coattail. You can't come around me and not work. If you do something I don't like, I'm gonna say something about it. I learned to not even tell nobody else. Go to who you have a problem with and just talk about it. And if they feel offended and you came to them calm, that mean they know exactly what they did and they mad that you noticed and now you're gonna be whatever. Because one thing I could tell you is if you think a person is bad, why was you even going to go find them in the first place to work with them? I've been on South Street for 3 years almost, and I ain't never went out of here to go find people locally to work with. I always go out of town so that when stuff builds up, I don't have to feel like I gotta kiss nobody but for their help. They really wanted it to be done. Our people really saw and believed in you. So it's like that's the part where it comes back to it's
Mika, I
okay for
have
y'all to
people.
talk about it,
Go
but
ahead.
why I
I'm
can't
sorry.
talk about it. They could talk about what they're doing good, but I can't say, hey, we have this. I'm not even bragging. I'm not saying we the best. I'm not saying anything. All I say is what I'm doing. Soft. And it's a
I have
problem.
people
So,
right in the family that was telling people, do not help me.
oh, people do that. People do that. I've had that. I had a person want to nominate me for an award and they called the person because they didn't know how to do it. And the person, while I was sitting there, told them she don't need another award. They ain't know. I don't know if they knew I was there or not. It didn't matter. But then tell me some bogus reason why they did it. Y'all gotta heal so that y'all can stop projecting and bleeding on other people that didn't
That's
wound you. Because
right.
I'm trying
That's
to heal
right.
my own self. And the only thing you gonna see me do is say, if you coming around me, come around me to work. I'm not holding the camera to take a picture showing you working. If you working hard enough, it's gonna speak for itself.
That's
Expensive
right.
cars don't have commercials. I don't have to have a commercial. I just do it. Like Nike. I do it. Simple.
I had to run Councilwoman Angelo away from me with that. Well, you need to call a newspaper. You need to I said, I don't need no newspapers.
If people call it and they ask me for stuff, I send it, hey.
I
But
don't
I'm
need no
not.
I don't need nobody to show up around me because this ain't for show. You
It's
get
for
what I'm
real.
saying? Like every award that I received and every honor that I received, it was on the humdrum, but it wasn't because that's what I was vying for. You get what I'm saying? I watch people
Totally.
call the news and then jump in front of it. You let me get on with the next question, girl. Let me get on with the next question. In what ways have you seen your pain evolve into purpose through the work you do every day?
What way did I see my pain evolve to purpose? Letting it be my fuel. Letting it be my fuel. Letting it be the reason. Always thinking back to why. Breaking myself back down and humbling myself by it and making it hurt again. Like almost when I start feeling like my ego getting ahead of me or am I being like others, I'll rip that
Absolutely.
scab back off and remind myself why I started and just shh, calm. And then I think of Mark when I'm in those
Absolutely.
situations and I cry and then I laugh and I be like, you know what? Pop your shit, JEMIKA, if you feel like it. But I don't pop my shit like people think. When I pop my shit, when I pop my shit, like Tosh, sorry for the language, I'll do something else big for the community. That's
Yeah.
how I pop my shit. When I pop
Yeah.
my shit, I'll put together an event and be like, here we go. Boom. I don't got time to be, let me just keep doing something else. Just do something else. And that bothers people because even when they throwing stones, bricks, daggers, you taking what you hurt and why, and reminding yourself, this is, we not doing this to argue with them. We not doing this to be better than, we doing this because
Yeah.
Mark is not here. And it's another kid out there that could be in Mark's shoes. So you got to keep providing space and opportunities. Even though 2 or 3 people only show up, keep providing space and opportunities, because when it's needed and the time is right, the right people going to find themselves to you.
Yeah, they always do. Like a lot of times, even when I was running a parade, um I didn't get any funding. I self funded that for 7 years, just on the hustle, just on the hustle. Everything I did, I never got any funding for any of that stuff. I don't know if you realize that everything I did came out my pocket, or I had hustled it up through the neighborhood or through the blocks and stuff
It's
in
not the
order to get
same
it
no
done.
more. So you got to learn how to get grants, because
Yeah, but I'm
I
just trying to
remember,
tell you my walk. You
yeah,
get what I'm
you got
saying?
lucky a little bit because the people
Yeah,
would.
my walk. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
everything, that's what I was trying to tell you about what the mayor had hit me with on that basis of my walk. You get what I'm saying? I didn't get any funding. The best I got was like some porta potties. You feel what I'm saying? And
They're a
that was,
lot
of
better with
course,
supporting stuff now. I could tell you,
yeah,
even
that's because
the
I opened the door though. You get
well,
what I'm
thank
saying?
God,
Yeah,
thank
I did. I
God.
opened the door, and that's why I was getting angry at everybody, because I got the door wide open. Why is y'all over here, you know, twisting and prying and trying to get my hand off the door, and all you gotta do is just walk through?
Walk through, and that's what I'm trying to say. Like even with us, like we'll
Like
throw
y'all
something
ringing my
and
fingers and doing shit to me, and I'm telling you, walk through, the door open now.
they ain't even stabbing people in the back no more. They stabbing you in your ribs, facing them.
Oh, they was like that then, they was like that then. But neither there, getting back to that thing called God, because what happens is that uh the covering over my life is dangerous.
Beyond dangerous. People will hurt themselves trying to hurt you.
For real, the covering over my life is dangerous.
They hurt
Straight up.
themselves every time, every
Touch
trip.
not mine, and the Lord mean that. Touch not mine. You feel
I
me?
learned that.
Community and connection. What kinds of support or programs have been most meaningful for the families who come through your doors?
I would say the food pantry that we have, I would say, is the most meaningful pantry because they don't have to be embarrassed. Because one of the most meaningful, it's this 3 parts that I feel like is most meaningful. I say the food pantry is one of the top ones, even though it's not my third place, it's my top one, because I feel like access to healthy foods, good foods, if somebody's hungry, they can't function. That's just that. That's the necessity. So
Yeah,
having
yeah,
those things here, it mean a lot to me because I remember being younger and my mom being at work and me being hungry and being grateful for whoever fed us or my grandparents. So I think the food program, like it's like it says youth food pantry because we really give it to the youth to take home for their families so that they can be proud of what they're bringing in. Secondly, our
yeah,
community events,
absolutely.
we have something called the SOS Saturday series. It started off as one thing in a park and it went to now it's 4 to 5 each summer. And we do something different themed each summer. So for that whole day, everybody know they're gonna get some good food, some drinks, some snacks, laughing, playing, kids in the road. We have not had one incident at those events. Meanwhile,
Amen.
if it's other city events you see, you be like,
Say,
how the police standing right there and
sister,
that happened?
sister, that covering I was telling you about.
Yeah.
I went 16 years, not one incident free. 16 years. Not
And then
one
most
fight, not one incident.
us either. We don't be having stuff going on. I be praying to God. I pray hard before those events. I said, Lord, please, like, please, 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 please. And then lastly, I'll say the youth groups. We used to do grief groups more often for the adults, but I had to reach out to somebody. So now I have somebody that's going to be anchored in to be able to do those. But they had slowed down, and I got more into the kids part because, like I said, once again, adults are a lot to deal with. They
Yeah,
are a lot more to deal with than children. Children
yeah,
only are as bad as adults make them to be. And once they contaminate them, then that's when it's a problem. The adult groups, I kind of, I got my own therapist. Then I say, you know what, if everybody don't want to come, I'm coming here and I'm opening the floor and being here. People not showing up, they saying something, you got to call them, ask them where they at. I'm using other people's spaces. So now we talked and we said maybe once a month will be good. So it's not as
Yeah.
heavy of an obligation. So we're looking to get that back started probably maybe after my gala, but right before Thanksgiving, I'll probably hit one group and see how it feels and see what it feels like to have that again. The youth groups mean a lot to me because I think back to being younger in those bigger programs because I went to Latchkey. I didn't care for it. I loved Boys and Girls Club because it was so many different options to do. I joined like different programs in junior high, Sherpa, peer leadership, different stuff like that. I think having a group that's for kids that can voice their opinions and having restorative circles, which we call safe circles, or if we need to be a grief circle where kids can express their emotions and talk freely in a space where we can help them with coping skills. Everybody that works with us has some sort of a degree or the training that we have provided for people to work with us. So everybody has trauma informed care. Everybody has psychological first aid. Everybody has regular first aid.
Good.
Credible messenger training. And this year, we're popping a new program for the kids to all get that credible messenger training. And we're going to give them psychological first aid for youth. And it's not because it's for them, but it's for them to notice in their peers if they're looking like they're having something going on mentally. And they
Yes.
might could save one of their friends' life by having that training. So we're working on a schedule to get that out there. We're hoping to get it done. Our first part of it, one of them done by Christmas. Maybe we'll do like the youth psychological first aid and give certificates out by, like around Christmas time. Take 10 or 12 kids and get them in here and get them trained for that. They don't have to be kids from our program for any of our classes. They just have to sign up and make sure they come. If they sign up for one class and don't make it, we will not allow them to take and sign up for anything else because these slots are limited. And if we're giving it to them, we want them to really come. Credible Messenger is something else that I really want to have our kids get trained to do. I probably end up throwing up a schedule after this because that's how I am. Once I start thinking about it too long, nah, let's
Explain
get
what
that
that
done.
is so that people can understand what that is.
Credible
Credible
Messenger
message.
is training children to be able to be trustworthy enough from the bad side to pull them over to the good side without them thinking that you're just trying to get them in trouble. You get what I'm saying? So a credible
Yes.
messenger is a person that is really who they say they are. They're honest. They're not really on the fence. They're trying to
Here
be
I
a
go.
good person or maintain it because they can fall backwards. We all do. But just somebody that's very trustworthy on both sides where people really believe in them to get the messages on both sides and pull people from bad to good.
What you looking for, old trustworthy snitch?
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, I ain't gonna say that because the kids tell me that the people said I'm a cop caller, but if you got a gun, I am calling the police. I'm sorry because I can't do nothing else. I can't run and
Oh, girl, I'm calling the police. I'm jumping in and
yeah.
breaking up the fight. I'm calling ICE. Don't fuck with me.
Listen, you got a gun. I ain't. Me and you ain't beefing.
I'm calling Homeland Security. Everybody, come get him. Community and connections. What kind of support or programs have been most meaningful for the families who come through your doors? I think we just covered that. We don't have to cover that
Yeah.
again. Um, Resilience and vision. What advice would you give to other parents who are struggling to find meaning after loss?
I feel like whatever way grief, because there's stages to grief, and people say 7, some say this, some say 12. Let it out. I don't care if you need to take a whole mental health break. I don't care if you got to give your kids that you have other kids to somebody else. Let it out because I still haven't fully gotten it out, and I
Yeah,
feel like the reason why I'm strong is because I'm full of it still. So my shoulders look tall and I seem okay. Let it
yeah,
out. Let it out. Get therapy because it's gonna be times that you may be okay. You may not need to talk about it, but then there's gonna be times that you're gonna feel like you're talking about it and you're getting on people's nerves. Let it out. If you gotta write it, do voice clips. I feel like usually most people like to talk about stuff, but then you don't want to make people feel like you're saying too much. Use your phone and do voice clips. Leave voice clips in there. I'm good for doing a voice clip, so I can go back and listen to myself. And when you're talking, talk to yourself how you feel you need to. Talk to the person that you lost how you need to. just let it out. Don't hold it in because it really can turn into cancer. I feel like in your body. I feel like when you holding it in, I be feeling sick sometimes, and not my nerves just be so bad they be in knots, and I'm like, just breathe,
I
just
went
breathe.
I went through my whole 2 years of being an arts and cultural commissioner in the process of creating what we you guys know as the Illuminated Festival,
Hmm.
and that I created that festival, and the whole time my dad was going through cancer treatments, and I was the only one there with him. You get what I'm saying? So I was
Hmm.
going to these meetings, and like even the last day I left from the hospital to go to my last meeting, which was, like my last, very last meeting. And I was like tore up. And while I was sitting there tore up, I was going through like, that white people persecution at the table. You get what I'm saying? Like there was like no thanking me for anything at the table.
You
Even though
never
I
did
was
anything.
Even
That's
though,
how it be.
yeah,
But
even though I was the most prominent piece at the table, the head of the table. You get what I'm saying? And I'm suffering mentally and emotionally while trying to deal with these people intellectually at the same time. And like, there was not even a let up to a moment where I could say with them, my dad is dying, yet I'm still here with you.
yeah, and I don't think people appreciate that. Like when you're saying, "Hey, I'm grieving, but let me help you." Like people don't realize that while you're sacrificing, if you're still willing to help somebody else, they should be more appreciative because you could be selfish and really just worry about you, and it would be rightfully okay.
It was no appreciation whatsoever. When I tell you none,
Never
I
gonna
used to
be.
just be shaking my head, looking at people like, and believe it or not, um, we can kind of kick it a little bit now because we only have a couple more questions. But the situation with my daughter because you are actually I didn't introduce you as my children's aunt, right? But the situation. I'm gonna tell you something so bad that even while trying to help, I was um still helping people while my daughter was in the burn unit. I literally didn't have time to grieve my father, to take time to process the emotions behind my daughter. So when I finally crashed, I crashed out on everybody. And they thought that
It
I was
happens.
falling down. They thought I was falling down. I just went to wilding out all over the place. Hell, oh my God, what is wrong with her? She just keeps saying stuff, and why is she doing this all out on internet and in public? But it wasn't that, right? What it was I was emptying out all the stuff that had been poured into me that wasn't mine. I was pouring it back out so that I could get back to me. You get what I'm saying?
No,
Because
I get it. You got to give it back to.
I was
You got to
holding
give it
on
to
to all
somebody.
of this stuff that didn't belong to me, and so much stuff that I couldn't even grieve the loss of my parent
You
or
just helped me breathe. Oh Jesus.
the burning of my child and my grandchild. I'm
I
all the
don't
way
think
I'm all the
people
way
get
in
that.
Florida healing away from people who only wanted to damage me more once I was damaged. You understand
Definitely,
what I'm
definitely.
saying?
I
I left them
overstand.
all behind. I left them all behind and walked away. Here, y'all have all this. Being that you want all this, you have all this. I know that it's not that you can do what I do,
At all.
but you just want it. So I'm going to give it all to you because I'm under duress. And I'm still trying to help
People don't
y'all who
understand
are
that.
not trying to help me.
And look at the funny irony of that, because I didn't even know that the illuminated started with you sitting at that table and building it out
Yes.
to what it was, and it's not here anymore.
Yes. Well, that was intentional because now they have to give me credit for it. You get what I'm saying? Those black folks that you was talking about that, you know, now those black folks have to give me credit for it. Cause when I called back and I asked, can I get a certificate? Because I'm down here. These people want to hire me over here at this arts commission over here, and I need a paperwork saying that I have already served as an arts commissioner there, and the projects that I've already done there, which were co-signed by the city of Newburgh, mind you, Meek, because the city of Newburgh sponsored me. So everything is logged. But you know the conversation I got back? Well, I don't see what you did.
I'm we're here is
From the
different,
mayor,
like
from the mayor.
because people are not
Everybody
seeing
else
who
was
really
like,
helps.
what?
People don't
Everybody
say
else
who
was
really
like,
does stuff or who
what? They
helps.
were stunned. You hear me?
I people with that, and that goes back to me saying people want you to support stuff, but they don't want your name on it because when it's time for it to be rightfully, royalties or something or accolades, they want the accolades, but they ain't did the work.
I
And that's
said,
why I just created my own space for us on Ward 1, South
okay,
Side,
there you
to
go.
be comfortable. Ward 1, where I
Wait,
grew up.
wait, wait. I was about to hit you with it. I heard it. Oh, like I said, they made holes. So I said, okay, hole. We'll make another hole.
And it's sad because the main people that scream unity and togetherness and
Woo.
collaboration, they don't have that in them. Because collaboration don't mean put your name next to stuff and grab a camera. It means really coming and get out the mud and help something get somewhere. If y'all are actually putting your hands in and lifting things up, it'll reach somewhere.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's gonna always go. And which segues into our next in our last question. Looking ahead, what legacy do you hope your outreach center will leave behind for your children, your community, and yourself?
I hope that when I'm gone, you know what I mean, and my kids are here and they think back of me, or they think, even if I'm like retired, gone, whatever, I hope they just find a place of safe haven, a unity, of a covering, like you said. You know what I mean? Like I just hope they feel like home. When you don't have a home to be in, that you come in this building and you feel safe. You feel like you could kick your shoes off and lay back on the couch. Like I just want people to just know that they were loved, even if nobody loved them and told them that but me. I just want people to always know that, you know, you are able to be anything you want to be, especially if God called you to
Absolutely.
be it. And be what God called you, not people called you.
Absolutely. Don't let nobody call you by a name that God don't call you by.
That's it.
You feel me? And
Definitely
you
it.
see what I wrote on my page the other day. Legacy is what you leave behind for others to eat off of after you gone.
And that's the thing. There's a lot of people that do a bunch of nothing and get noted for doing a bunch of nothing. A
But
bunch
wait,
of nothing.
but wait. You can still use my name and go in the store and say Taj sent me. Get what I'm saying? I'm gonna send you a story, send you to so and so, tell them I sent you. That's legacy.
It definitely is. And it's just sad because there's so many different changes and things that are happening. And it's like at this point, only thing you can do is really work, stay in your own lane, keep your, chest up, head back, focused, and just be you. Cause like they say, everybody else is already taken. Let everybody else be the carbon copies and stuff. Let everybody else be the one that did it 13 times later. You just gotta keep focusing and being you. Cause even with me, what I choose to do and how my program is based, even is based off the things that Mark liked to do. Mark didn't like sports. He didn't like being in large crowds all the time. He did, but he didn't. He loved cooking. He loved being around a safe space to, chill and kick back. A lot of programs
Yeah.
are so structured that kids don't even like it because they've been in school all day. Now they got to come here and be all like, so I try to keep it like kind of fluid, the program,
Entertaining. That's right.
so that they
Yeah.
could be here and be comfortable. I mean, more than anything, a lot of kids don't go home to happiness. They go home to turmoil and turbulence. So they should have some space where it's safe for kids to be, where they could be comfortable.
Absolutely chaotic sometimes. Um uh your personal story is the emotional heartbeat of your organization. So you already know, about your mission statements and all that because I know that you're already set up, right? But
Hmm.
let me ask you these questions. Do you have your logo, your slogan, your website, and social media tone for your pages, for your organization?
Pretty much. Pretty much. I definitely have the website. We have our mission statement. I kind of edited it because I was like, I want to make sure people understand what it is. So, that's there now. I believe it's updated on our website. Our logo has been made as Mark's face, and it looks almost like a coin. That's been our logo. It's actually right here. I don't know if you can see that, but it's been the same thing for the long time.
Yeah, that's nice.
So, yeah, like we're definitely a certified 501c3. We're rolling. I mean, we have our little hiccups and our things that happen and things that are kind of holding us back, but for the most part, God has really been, like you said, covering and making footstools out of people. Every time people talk about me, it looked like God
Absolutely.
sit them down. He sit them down and shut
Absolutely.
them down. The things they
Yeah.
wished on me and my children, he do to them and their children. And that's why I
Touch
don't
not
really try
mine
to badmouth
anointed.
people.
Touch
I don't
not
try to
mine
badmouth
anointed.
nobody
You feel
because
me?
you do not know. You do not know what God gonna do. And I don't want it to be me next. So I just been trying to like keep their name out my mouth. I'll
You
point
you
it out to people around me so they can see like, look at this.
you know what I
But
had to learn though, and a lot of people don't learn is going along. And I was telling it to my friend one time when I stopped, because God give you this peace that passes all understanding, right? It's
mm-hmm.
just a stillness, like that peace be still, like whoo, right? And I was telling my friend what I learned going along this thing is that the earth is Lord's and the fullness thereof. So that means everything within it, not just the earth, but the everything within it, right? And God know before the foundation of the earth what's going to take place, right? So when I see stuff happening right now, I just watch. I don't go through no changes or nothing because I know that this was already formulated in a plan, and I'm just a part of the plan. And so I
I
just
need to learn
follow
when to
through.
shut up.
Yeah,
I need
I
to
just
learn when to
follow
shut up.
through now. And not only that, but my best lesson that I learned where y'all don't, and I know over the years a lot of people have wished for things to be wrong with me and my children or go wrong or hoping that something, you understand what I'm saying? People be hoping something is
Hmm.
is is flawed here, right? But
No, I definitely
what
felt
I
like that.
yeah, what I learned though was that I don't throw nothing. You get what I'm saying? If I throw anything, it's always gonna be the truth, something that you cannot dispute. I don't
And
throw
that's why I
nothing,
be quiet.
so I don't have to
That's why I be
catch nothing.
quiet.
Cause
I
what
be
go around
quiet.
come back around. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm. I be
So I don't
quiet
throw nothing.
sometimes because while you sitting here dragging stuff and trying to manipulate stuff about me, I'm gonna say something one, two, three, and then you're gonna want to fight. But I don't want to
Yeah,
fight. I want to talk
yeah,
like you want to talk and then not need a fight. Why? Why?
yeah,
What's wrong? So I just let people do it. I just learned to let people have it. You know what I'm saying? Let people have it because I'll pop what I feel or I'll speak my views and then I just stay out of everybody's way because I feel like life do me better when I'm out the way.
yeah. Absolutely, I live all the way in Florida. I keep telling everybody I live all the way down in Florida. I ain't in nobody way. So if some shit going on, which you can't blame me because I ain't nowhere around.
Right.
If it happened, it was all on you. Cause see, y'all happen to be making me the scapegoat a lot. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't have nothing to do with nothing. I came here to help y'all. I ain't have nothing to do with nothing.
And
But for
sometimes you
some
can't do that.
reason, for real, for some reason, my name always in it. I done did so. My name. That's why I named me Taj B.
Listen, you ain't got to do
Collaborations.
nothing to be the problem around here. That's something I could definitely say. You
We pray on them and keep it moving. Collaborations multiplies impact is what I want to tell you. I know you already know how to
It
collab.
does, but they got to be working. They can't. What the people fail to realize is, all right. People be like collaboration over competition, but who the hell is competing with y'all? Because y'all ain't doing shit. I'm just
Yeah,
doing what
no,
I got to do. I could do
no.
4 or 5 people's work, but if y'all would come in and
No,
collaborate properly, it
no,
wouldn't be
that's
a
not what I'm
competition.
saying. I'm not talking about them. Listen to what I'm saying to you, guy. You a little swift on the draw. So the way that I'm structuring it in a way so that you'll catch up on what I'm saying. Collaborate, building strategic partnerships. I had sent you
Oh yeah.
something, an email earlier, so I'm building on that right here. You feel what I'm saying? Collaboration multiplies impact. Partner with local hospitals, funeral homes, churches, schools, mental health organizations to reach grieving families. Create multiple aid or referral systems. You support their clients and they promote your center. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Invite professional therapists. You already got that, grief coaches and volunteers, and to even sit on your advisory board. You get what I'm saying? Like you
Yes.
need high rollers for what you're doing. You can't afford to have
Hmm.
the little dogs. You can't, not what you doing. You doing it at a high
Oof.
level. So you can't afford to have little dogs. You need big dogs. Okay?
Trust me, I realized that like wanting to stay small and play small was is not working for me. And it's no offense to people because they go through stuff, but I do realize like it's time for me. I need to step it up all the way around, and I don't know who ready, but this is where it's got to go.
Yeah. You already have your awareness events, like your candlelight visuals or your healing through art and music. So none of those things do you need. You engage on social media. What you need to do also, Mika, not what you need to do, but what I'm suggesting that you do also is put some testimonials up.
I would
You
do
know
it
what
on
I'm
a
saying?
website because with social media,
Yeah,
it's like it's
absolutely. On the
yeah.
website. That's exactly where it go. You feel me?
Hmm.
So that those who are in the outreach service, because there's a lot of people in the outreach service, and there's a lot of grieving people. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of stuff taking place all the damn time. So it's a lot of people, you know, outside of just the normal that actually take pride in doing stuff like this because they feel it. They know what you're going through. They get it. You know what I'm saying? So those are a lot of the, you know, people. You got the volunteer training books. You already know about that stuff. So I don't have to tell you about that. The QuickBooks and donor box for fundraising. You got a pen, put down donor box.
No, I didn't bring anything outside. If you send me in a text or email, I will have it.
I send it through your email all the rest of the information, okay? So that when it's time for you to start fundraising, you'll have a direct access, which is called donor box. So
Okay.
people can donate stuff, back and forth. And I had sent you that stuff, for the vehicle stuff, right? Um, because you could get those people not just to donate the cars and what have you, but you can actually take what I had given you, fill in the blanks, and take it
Yeah,
to the
we
car
have
dealer.
stuff like that, and we've been writing, and we writing for grants. Like I've learned to become a grant writer. I took mad grant
No,
writing class,
no, no. Take it directly to the dealership.
and asked them for. Well, we
Yeah, I sent the name of the programs with you. You got to read through it though, so
okay.
you understand what I'm saying. And I mean, I had tried to do it with a couple other people when they were after I had left. You get what I'm saying? But they were so preoccupied and trying to steal me from me. You
That's how
understand
people are.
that they wasn't listening because they was just trying to be Natasha to be Natasha. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, nah,
And
I'm
I was
not
looking
like
at her
that.
like, well, damn, like, what's up with you? Like, I'm trying to get you a little further than just try and be me.
Yeah,
You
nah,
get what
I
I'm
get it,
saying?
but we don't. We the thing is, we have a person that's here that does the grants and grant rates. We like been we wrote it for so many grants. As this new administration came in, there's a lot of places that have it, but
This ain't for a
they're
grant
very
though.
tight on it.
This ain't for a
They're
grant
very
though.
tight.
It's straight up, head on, head to head. That they got to give a certain amount of weight at a certain time,
Okay.
in order to claim it back.
So I could reach out to all the dealers in this area. We have a letter already pre-made too for that. So I could reach out to the letter in this area to the dealers and see what they say. We did write it and we have put it in for like grants, but the grants is like
No,
crazy right
not for
now.
grants. Not for grants. They
You're
got a
saying go to the
vehicle
actual
donation.
dealer.
Yes, absolutely. And tell them what you need. This is what I need. And give them that letter I gave you. Fill it in and hand it to them. This is what I need. Can you guys help me? Because
Yeah, we have a big one and it's written in for like all the programs needs for why we need a vehicle,
I'm
like every
trying to tell
single
you, but no,
program.
you bring that as your verification process. But this is what I need. You
Okay.
hear what I'm saying to you?
Yep, got you.
Can you guys? Because I know that there's a certain time that you have to donate some things and stuff. And it's that time in the program where I got this program down. I got all these little kids down here, man, and it's just you know people will help you. You just them up. You feel what I'm saying? And they'll help you if it's served up properly. Because they don't want to hear nothing about begging, but they will help though. I'll donate, but they don't want to hear no
No, I
begging
get
though.
it.
You feel what I'm saying? So short and
Hmm.
sweet and to the point. I used to do like this when I would be in the heights. I would hit up and Harry on them like this. This how I would approach them. I'd be like, can somebody hit me off though? I don't care what you give. I don't care what you put in my hand. I don't care. I'd be like this, Mika, with my hand back like this.
Listen, it's not the
And
same type of
everybody,
hustlers out people that's
yo,
out
I'm
here. It's
I'm
different.
telling you, every time they would just start laughing and everybody just come up off something. I go in the stores the same way. Or every Sammy in the block. Sammy, come on, man. Mr. Rhodes, you collect a lot of money around here, my dog. You feel
No,
me? Mr.
he really
Rhodes,
do.
you feel what I'm saying to you, sis? There's a lot of people that collect a lot of money that come up off of some money if you talk to them, you know, without some of them other things in place. They just come up off it because some of them just like to donate. And also, because you're a 501c3, you have such a strategy with giving back as far as tax um, uh, credit. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's what we
Because,
write for people.
yeah. So you can give back a tax credit because you're already underneath a banner of doing that. You feel me? So there's so many people, like, believe it or not, it's just that you have to a lot of times extend yourself out past what's around you. Like you said,
Oh
you go
yeah,
out of
I don't
town.
really be right here. Trust me.
Yeah, you say you be out of town doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Which is a
Yeah,
good
because
thing.
I just feel like people are more they don't they're not ego like because they're not in competition for the same stuff and the same, you know what I mean. So it's different when you reach out to places outside of the area that you're in because it's not clicky. It's not, oh, this is my favorite group, or oh, this person says, like, it's none of that stuff. And that's why even with corporate level, writing into corporate stuff for help, or we've been sitting here because we had did our budget and we only had a certain amount of money and it still wasn't enough for a vehicle, but we put it in a slot for a vehicle this year and it's
Yeah,
just still not enough. And it's just like, even now I got another car finally and I don't want to put all the food and stuff for the program in my vehicle, or you know
yeah,
what I mean? I want to keep my
yeah.
stuff separated. And a vehicle is a big piece of what we need. Like, I mean, if somebody had a 16 passenger, a 15 passenger, 12 passenger van sitting around and they donated it, we can give them a tax write-off for whatever they said it costed.
And also, I sent you something in there, um, uh, like a impact type of thing for where you can have literally people donate vehicles, and this is where your dad and Uncle Ed and James came into the picture mentally for me, is because you can set up a area of donated vehicles where they'll donate the vehicles, liquidate the money for the vehicles, and it'll go directly into your program.
Okay, I have to look into the things that you sent me. I'll give it to the person that
Yeah,
works that piece of it for me and have her look in it, or I'll look it over and then if it gets to where I'm hung, I'll give it to her. But usually, none of that stuff is too hard. It's just a matter of taking the time and doing it and finding
yeah,
time. Like nothing that we're able to do is gonna be able to be done before the first or second week of next month because of all the stuff for the gala and these last
yeah,
couple things. But this is the time of year where people heart gets strong to help, and I'm just praying that like we end up with like a van for our program because it's like there's so much more we would be able to do without having to need help so much or have to drive 3 cars to do a trip or something like that. You know what I mean? We really should at this point be able to have a vehicle. It's our 5th year. I'm praying that God just says, you know what, you're worthy,
well,
you know.
God just said, you know what, you're worthy. Now you just got to follow through because God just said you worthy. You know what I'm saying? Because God
Mhm.
grant things to people. It don't just drop out the middle of the air. God bring God deliver people to you that deliver things to you.
No, I agree.
You see
I
what I'm
agree.
saying?
That's why the team I
So
work with is tight knit because I know that they can handle whatever we
yeah,
have coming
so
towards us.
God just dropped a blessing on you. Now you just got to follow through and you got to have a little faith in him. You feel what I'm saying? See, I had learned and I think I had shared it today because I seen something up there um about Boo Smith. And I don't know if y'all remember when I was going the hell off about somebody go check on Boo, somebody go check on Boo. 'Cause I kept having visions of her. Because me and Boo was always tight, right?
Hmm.
Even in her worst time, she was always my chick, though. You feel me? Like, she'd come, Taj, I'm going over there. She like Zaire. So I'm going over there, that baby. I don't see that baby. So, all right, you want to see? I don't ring the bell. I'll come see the baby. So, okay, Taj, I'm coming to have Thanksgiving with you, okay? Taj, I need a coat. She was my baby. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
And I just kept having these flashes and flashes. And then I saw Mona, and then I saw Shaniqua, and then you know what I'm saying? And I kept calling out, y'all, somebody please go help, and y'all go check, just double check, right? Because see, what happens is with us as people, we forget that God bless us with these gifts, right?
Hmm.
And people look past the gifts. They trust them in the white folks like Sloan Bella. But they don't trust them in the black folks when the black folks was the first one to have these gifts. We blessed with the gifts. But they don't trust us when we say it to them. But they will trust Sloan Bella. If Sloan Bella say somebody from outer space told them some shit, they, oh man, because Sloan Bella said, but then Ty's sitting right next to you though.
Trust me, that's I overstand on that level. I overstand, and that's why I
I'm
just
tapping you.
and that's the hard part, and that's the part where like, do you leave them to figure it out and just keep trying to work, or do you keep stopping and trying to pull them with you and wake them up, or like I don't know, because they take it personal when you tell them the truth, but
I
they
know,
tell you
but
to keep it real.
a lesson from the Lord. And this is the word of God teaching us that if we don't say something, we are liable for that sin if something happened. Because if you see it, you're supposed to speak on it, drop it there. You ain't supposed to add to it. You ain't supposed to help on, grab on, hold on. Drop that shit
I
there
always
and keep it moving.
90% of the time I speak up on stuff, and then I just like I'm not gonna beat you to death with it. It's up to you to
Nope.
choose to move
Drop it there
forward.
and keep it moving. My dad had to teach me that.
Yeah, it's definitely not easy.
My dad had to teach me that. For real, how to drop it on them and keep it moving. He said, Taj, the problem is that you get all entangled in they stuff trying to get them out of it before they get into it. He said, you
Listen, and
trying
that
to
be the
help them
hard
out
part.
because you know something that they don't know. And so you jumping in there trying to hurry up and save them. He said, but they supposed to get hit like that. And you was just the one that found out before them.
Right. That's why
He
I
said,
just
so when they get
pray and
hit,
stay out
it
the way.
shouldn't even surprise you. I had to stop, right? 'Cause I used to be all angry and so I'd be seeing stuff coming before it happened, and I'd be up and y'all know I would flare off and slap the hell out somebody, and you know what I'm saying? But I always seen stuff before it happened. Like I could see him in visions coming at me like boom, boom. I'd be like, what the hell is that? You know what I'm saying? And then I would just blow up, boom. And then everybody like, why is Tosh wilding like that? And I be wilding because I see who gonna do what before they do it. You feel what I'm saying? And as I see the person, know I see him too. That's how I always wind up being the enemy because I see them before they do it. You feel what I'm saying?
So,
And then I
please
call them
speak.
on it.
And then you the crazy one in the
Oh
bad
yeah,
line,
I'm
and
the bad guy. I'm the one they move out the way. I can't come around no more. Don't nobody like me no more. But then they pull that shit that they were gonna pull in the first place, and then they coming back talking about you was right. You know, you was right. And I hate to say I told you so.
listen,
I
just
hate to say
shrug.
that.
All you gotta do is shrug. This is the same as I told you so. That's
I
the
hate
cute
to say I
way.
told you so. I just go, man, go ahead with that. I don't even want to hear it because I don't even want to hear it at that point. You feel me? I don't want to hear nothing because I told you it was a brick wall before you slammed into it.
That's why I don't. I just sometimes you could say something to somebody and find a way where hey that might not work like that or the gentlest way. People know what it is. They don't. They really don't need nobody to tell them. Sometimes they know what it is, but it's they're gonna choose to take the route they want to take, and the only thing you could do is like say a little something like they said, and go on your own way because you can't really consume yourself with it for real.
Meek, I used to literally jump in trying to save him. Yeah, you know. Now I just sit back. I never forget. I was on the bed one day and JJ and them was in the other room. They was in there arguing with Delilah, right? Because they were always in there fighting with Delilah, taking her alcohol from her, aggravating her, right? So I'm just watching everybody because you know God had turned it into like a show for you. You know, once you get to know God in his whole entirety and you understand the way that this thing works, it'll be looking like a show. You feel me? I used to be sitting looking at them like this, Mika.
That's me now.
Delilah
I
said,
just be like,
look, Delilah said, Tasha, I don't know what's wrong with you, Tasha. Because you just be looking at people like, yeah, I think you nuts, Tasha. I think you nuts. I said, talk. I said, this coming from a drunk bitch. I just sting her back. Boom. And then it would hit her and she jumped back like, oh. I was like, yeah, see? I said, you swinging at me because I ain't saying nothing about y'all acting ridiculous. So you come in here and swing on me. But how I hit back with the honesty. It's gonna poke holes all through your program. Stop playing with me. But it's what made her love me even more. You understand what I'm saying?
real
Because
people gonna be all right with it.
she never could figure out why was I so calm like that. And I was so calm like that, Mika, after a while, is because I already know. And Mr. Cash had taught me right there in Newburgh. He used to say to me, Tosh, if you know and I know that they don't know, why is you mad with them? He said, you know, and I know that they don't know. He said, Taj, they don't know that they don't know. Why is you mad? Why
That's why I told you. I be over out my out the way. Like I don't even try to know what's going on with some people. I try to be like, God, you send people to me so I can know that it's you that sent them. I don't want to be out here trying to be the superhero. I don't want to do that. I want to do what the basic stuff you need me to do to keep everybody safe or help with my part that you want me to have. But anything extraordinary, Lord, give it to the people that can really handle it because I really don't think I can handle much else these days. I could just do the calm a little bit. Okay, come on over this way. I can't do the excitement. I feel like my kids have already felt the impact of the work that he's trying to have me do. And I feel like, it's too much. I don't think it's fair for children to suffer for stuff that ignorance is bliss. And when they say that, people don't understand that. But I don't want to be a part. I don't want to be a part of nothing that affects my kids no more.
the funny
I
part
don't.
is that me either. Me either. That's why I move like I move. But I gotta be honest with you. The funny part about it is that they're healing as you're healing. That's the good part. You feel what I'm saying? Like you got them busy enough and they have something of their brother still there with them. So that when they participate and they just not just participating because mommy said they participating because Mark. You understand what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah.
keeping them doing something that's constructive and not destructive because you know premature. I can't even say premature because you said God already told you, but unalivement, like that sudden unalivement, is very painful. because it never give you a chance to say bye or make peace if y'all was arguing. And kids are kids. You get what I'm saying? So what you have and what you have created is not just a wellness center for other people's children, but your own.
Yeah.
Mine needed to be preoccupied because their cousin was their brother. You
Yeah.
understand?
It's definitely not easy. It's
It's
definitely
not
not
gonna be
easy.
easy, but kiss my babies, tell my Chrissy girl, I said, what up, girl?
I'll tell her. She probably, if she's seeing
Yeah,
you tag me, she probably somewhere watching. If it's not on right now, she'll watch it when she see
yeah.
it get put up.
Tell my
They
baby
always like to
Chrissy
watch my interviews to be laughing and say, "Mom, why you ain't say this and why you sat like that and why you look like that and why you?" And I said, "Well, why ain't y'all do it then?"
and Charisma and
Oh,
Eric.
Charisma's a hot mess. Charisma's my mom all over it and
She
Mark
looked just
together.
like your mommy, but you know what? But Chrisani looked like your mom too, though. Chrisani looked like your mom when she was younger, and Charisma looked like your mom now.
And Charisma act like my mom right now.
She do. She looked like your mom right now, but
She a hot
um,
mess.
but Chrisani looked like your mom when she was younger. Make sure you tell your
Everybody
mom
say
I
that they
said hi and
remember.
I love her.
I definitely
Yeah.
will. I definitely will.
Yeah, me. So, please, if you can, tell the people where they can find you, where to donate to you if they can donate, um, and all the
So
things to reach out to you.
So we have two social medias. I'm more active on Facebook. Our Facebook page is about as active as I get. You can always reach out through Messenger on our Facebook, which is Mark's Friends M.A.R.C.S. Mark's Friends Inc. We have an Instagram. Any messengers. I mean, any messages you put through the DM. We have emails that are on our website. Our website is marksfriendsinc.com. MARCS friendsinc.com. To donate, it has like our email. You could send in a reply, and then we'll like reach back out to you. We do have Zelle and we have a Venmo, but we got locked out a bit. Like I said, we're currently looking for a van. If somebody has a van and they need a tax write up before the year goes, or they need to donate or do something to produce, please reach out to us. We have a gala coming up November 1st. There's a link on there. You could even use that link from our website to reach out. Anything to do with our website, it has direct point of contact for us. Our Cash App, we're about to fade away from that because Cash App is so it's a lot. It could be a little bit iffy sometimes. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
probably gonna fade away from Cash App because I just don't really feel more like Zelle. They could write in a money order, a personal check.
Do they have a direct banking? Do you have a direct banking
We do at Bank of
link?
America. I didn't put a link up yet. We'll have a link up right before the holidays because we just came back off furlough. So there's a lot of changes that we made and new people
Okay.
that are here helping. So you'll see something go up maybe mid-November with a QR code that would link you to whatever
Okay.
you
Good.
feel
Good.
comfortable donating on. But as I said, well, I think we're definitely gonna remove the Cash App. Probably by the new year, we'll take Cash App down. I don't people can donate and then take it back. I don't want to be tied into that. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather them just send an old fashioned way, get a money order or check, send it to the bank, make it out to Mark's Friends Inc. Our real name is Manifesting After Revisiting Crisis Inc., which is super long, but it talks about how you do it. You manifest after you revisit the crisis. So that is Mark's letters, but that's what Mark's stands for. Um, like I said, they could reach directly out. They have me on social media. They can reach right out. Our website definitely has the little part where you put your email and stuff in if you need to speak to someone. If they want to volunteer, we always could use volunteers. If people have skills, trades, or things that they like to teach, we are always open to somebody coming in and helping. So yeah, we're always open to people coming and being a part of our community.
Can I give you a couple more things? I mean, I know that your head is full with a lot of stuff, but I think that if you'll understand if I just run them by you real quick.
Hmm.
Is that okay?
Sure.
You already applied for grants from community foundations, but make sure you hit the mental health initiatives and family support programs. Um, on your website, offer like $5 workshops. Um, put together some healing retreats and then also some speaking events on your website with optional donations. You feel me? So that you'll
Okay.
show up with for the optional donation. Um, Develop a monthly donor program to your website. Even $10 to $25 per month, from supporters can build steady income for you. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We're
So
we're we're working on the retreat part because somebody else that I'm friends with is a RN and she's looking to do something. So
yeah,
I'm waiting for that to come through. We have projects coming on. I just don't put all the projects out on these things because you know how that is. The Shark
yes,
Tank.
yes,
You put it
absolutely,
out there and people grab. So there's a lot of things that you mentioned that we are working on or have in place, but we just
yes,
haven't really put it out there yet because in due time, like I said, we just came back off furlough. And even during furlough, we still were on exceptional furlough where we had to still do some things to keep our organization up and running, but
yeah,
not get paid. So it's a little catch 22 of like where you can't be employed and not get paid, but you still got to do certain stuff to get paid. So
yes.
there you'll see a lot of new things coming out after the new year. We're just trying to give ourselves time because like our staff is like doing a whole bunch of things at once. So with us being a smaller organization, we do pray that we get some set volunteers that can actually really commit a certain amount of time each month and help get things done. Because
Well,
like you said,
let me make a
don't
suggestion. Mount St. Mary's,
we went there. A
Vince
lot of the stuff you're
Begley.
saying we've done. It's just that it's so many people reaching into the same pools. That's what I was saying. In this area right now, it's over 750 nonprofits in Newburgh now. And I don't know where half of them are, but they're pulling from the same resources. So we even went to there and they said that they would get people after the new year. It's like we've been really trying. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be,
Yeah,
but the new
yeah.
administration that came in, the changes that they made have been like detrimental to all agencies. And it's like,
Well, that's why I pulled you on here today so that I can, give you the
it's been
go
rough.
around. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how to get around some of all that stuff. That's why I pulled you here today.
No, we're grateful. We're beyond
You
grateful. Trust
understand what
me,
I'm
beyond
saying?
grateful.
Because there's
But
there's some outlets for you here and there. You get what I'm saying? And
I think the
I
hardest
know,
part is everybody's exhausting them. So it's like, and then a lot of the funding, like we put in for 19 grants this year, we got two, maybe two.
yeah.
And that's because a lot of stuff got frozen. If it wasn't already distributed, they're frozen kind of. So there's the grants and things and different initiatives that are out there, but a lot of them are frozen. And with the DEI being dropped off, a lot of things people are back to
Sorry,
animals and
my
trees.
air
It's not so
conditioner
much as
mad
people.
cold. You hear me
No,
talking
it's
about
okay.
sorry, Mika, my air conditioner mad cold. I
No,
have
I
that
get it.
conversation every week, but everybody on here they be cracking up laughing because either I'm coughing or my nose is running. One of the two.
No, the air will tear you up. But yeah, a lot
I'm
of the things
telling
that
you.
you said, like once you're in it for this many years, there that we know they're there. There's always something new to learn, but it's just that right now it's crucial for everybody, and especially with the government furlough. We put in for like I said, the initiatives, even with anything, so much funding is like on pause that people are very picky with who they're giving it to. So it's like we've been like we got to just keep going, keep trying, keep pushing, keep
Well,
writing into people.
the pickiness comes in from the like you said, the new administration. The pickiness comes in with the dynamic of the look of the situation. You understand what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Um, because of the diversity, equity, and inclusion look, right? Um, I had suggested to a very handsome black man of mine, um, who does this as his living. This is his living. He creates programs all over the country, blah blah blah. And so he was like, man, babe, like they got the funding froze up and blah blah blah. And I said to him, well, you know, you mostly do outreach services to inner city youth, and I said, this is what I said to him. You gonna laugh. You ready, me? I said, change the cover. I hope you caught that. I was hoping that you caught that. Look, nigga,
If it's what
change
I
the
think,
cover.
yeah. And that's the
Did
part,
you
like trying to
understand what
find,
I said?
yeah, get someone else to go get it.
Change the cup. Change the cup. Change the cover.
No, I get it.
I told Terrell that when he put his website together. I said, son, listen to me. If you want to get the money that you're looking for, change the cover. That's the temperature we under.
I know. I see. I see.
But we not a
I
roll.
see.
We not a roll. We've been rolling like this. You see your niece saying hello. We not a roll. We've been rolling with this for a long time, for years and years and years and years. We not a roll. You feel me?
Yeah. Like I said, after this gala, because this gala showed me a lot with people too, I'm about to do a hard pivot, and it ain't gonna be about face. It's gonna be a bit of right flank. Like I'm gonna
Yeah,
dip with it, because it's like now I see where I stand with a lot of people, and it's time for me to sit down in a lot of places, and step out of a lot of places, and
yeah,
reposition. That's all.
yeah. Absolutely. But that's what the next year, that's what the new year bring anyway. So you in the right
Always.
position and you feel me? But send you a nice little cute perky titty white girl up there and get you a van.
Right.
Okay. I'm glad you heard. I love you. Is there anything
I
you
love you
want to
more.
ask me or say anything before we get out of here?
I just want to say thank you, and thanks to our supporters over the last 5 years with us coming up on our gala. Um, Whether people just shared a post and connected us with somebody, I'm very grateful for each and every person. I'm
Yeah,
grateful for the people that did bad things towards the organization because it taught me how to tighten up. You know what I'm saying?
that's
So
right.
no
Amen.
matter what way it came, I was grateful for it because I used it as food and I like to eat. So
That's right.
anything that came towards me, I ate it and kept it moving. And I just pray to God
Hmm.
that the people around
Like
me
the fat meat.
understand
She
that we're
like to eat
here.
too.
We're here for a long time. So we're hoping that people, understand that and, you know, put into it. Like, don't look at me, look at it. Because it's not
Yeah,
about me. It's not about you. It's about it.
absolutely.
And if it's
Absolutely.
about the it, let's just do it. And then if you got something that you are passionate about, let me know because I'll help with it too. Because it's
Yeah,
about the it's, the things that keep us sustained, the things that keep the community safe, the things that are for the kids, for families, things that are good things, the good shit, as they say.
yeah,
So I don't care just only about my passion. I care about yours too, but you got to do the footwork and then I got to come in and help. I'm not doing your passion and my passion. If you have something good, tell me. I'm 100% supportive person. The trunk or treat, I wasn't doing anything. The girl Ayana came and said something to me. I said, come meet with me in person. Let me see how serious she is. She came and I said, I'm going to tell you like this. This, I could do this, and this as long as you do this.
yeah,
The people stuff, I ain't want to do it. I don't
yeah,
want to rely on the people to come in. You got your solid set people you know is gonna come. I'll run and do permits. I'll help get the back end,
yeah,
but I don't want to do the front end. So
yeah, yeah,
she did her part, and I could see me and her partner for a lot more events because she really is like to the ground. She's not just coming with two notebooks, a bag of candy, and a marker. She really
yeah,
is gathering
yeah,
gathering, and gathering is a huge part of things, and I had to be taught that you gather, then you give. You don't just gather, give. You got to have enough so that when you're
yeah,
giving it's impactful, because if you just throwing a sprinkle here and a sprinkle there, um how do they say it, people, he is something to all is something to none, because you can't just be everywhere. You got to focus on
yeah,
something and build
yeah.
something up. You can't just be everywhere, and that's why I look at people like that. It's like, how impactful are you
You
if you're
can be though.
everywhere?
Let me show you something. I'm gonna show you my background. See my background?
Mhm.
This is how God make us to be. A lot of people don't realize that. See my background, even in my background in my picture, ain't it doing the same thing that the background in the background doing? You see it? Cause that's how the earth works. See all them little spots and all them little digits. That's how we work.
Mhm.
You understand? So when I say to you,
Mhm.
go outside of what's around you, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh,
This right
I'm
here.
definitely
You understand me, right? You
definitely.
you get me, right? Because this is how we work. And I put that in place for a reason. Because when you're chosen to do a service, God make you like Professor X. and in the room of cerebro, so that when you think it, it extends out into the ether, right? It depends on what you think and on what you bring back. Because
Yeah.
how
So
you think draw in what you need. You get what I'm saying?
that's why
And
I needed.
all
I'm taking a pivot and a deep breath and just push
I'm trying to
everything
tell
away
you,
and
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 all
kind of
them
like
things right there, see all them things, all them extensions, all those extensions belong to you. Not every extension, but all of those. Because the Holy Spirit have tentacles, able to reach and touch things that you ain't able to reach on your own. You feel what I'm saying? But you got the position, like you said, you got to be in a position of, and then you got to call it into you. Call it to you. You feel me? Just speak it right into existence. This is what I'm going to do. God, if it be your will. If this be your will, this is what I'm going to do. Not what I want to do, not what I should have did, not what I could have did. This is what I'm going to do. And speak it out and let it come back into you the right way. Every negative thought, bring it into submission quickly, immediately. Because as soon as you speak out what's positive coming towards you, the negative gonna try to come and put a chokehold on it. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to bring that down,
mhm.
shut that down, and bring that into submission immediately. Even if somebody is over here giving you a compliment with a knife. You feel what I'm saying? Those niggas will come and stab you with a compliment. Bring that into submission.
Trust me, I overstand.
Bring that into submission. You feel what I'm saying to you? Call that down and shut it
Definitely do.
down so that um that of prosperity reigns on you. The things that you need. Can't have
That's why I
nothing
said I
negative.
just feel like after this gala, I could take a deep breath and regroup because it's been a lot, like leading up to it and just seeing how people really are for real. Not like I ain't already know. It been a little bit exhausting. So I can't wait to
It's
have a
eye
good
opening.
time that day and celebrate. But it'll be fine after. I'm gonna just do that quick pivot and I'll be fine.
Yeah, it's very
I've
eye
been down this
opening.
road before,
Yeah. When
very
I
much
was
so.
walking around and what I realized was that no man cared for my soul. You understand that? They didn't care for my soul. They cared for my stuff and my things and everything I could do for them. But as I was in pain and hurting and going through, no man cared for my soul. So I want to say to you, sister, thank you for being a person that did care for my soul.
You're welcome.
I always tell y'all thank you, but I always want you to know that your sister is thankful for you. And I'm blessed to have you. I've known you since 1.5 in a droopy diaper. But even my little bad meek meek in the droopy diaper have always been my baby, my girl, my chick. You understand what I'm saying? And just know that this sister is proud of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Everything that you have become, everything that you are, everything that you're doing, I am so proud of you, and the charisma in which you do it with is to be commended. So if nobody else tell you
Thank
that,
you.
just know that big sis love you. I'm proud of you. I'm thankful for you. And I'm glad that God brought you onto this planet because you were very needed and necessary.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you know that.
Thank you so
Can you
much.
can
I
you see
really
it now?
could use that.
You can see it now though, right? For
Yeah.
all over the years of not knowing,
Yeah.
you could see that you was needed on the planet, right?
I mean, I always knew I was different and important, but I just didn't understand how. But now I understand it.
Yeah,
Clear.
yeah. I'm gonna leave you
Very
with
clear.
something, and I think that you'll understand what I'm saying, right? And then I'm gonna have to end it because I'm way over my damn time because I'm always over my time, girl. You don't know, but I think my colleagues at the radio station is used to me by now, Mika. But I'm gonna leave you with this, and I want you to
Okay.
listen to this. When my daughter didn't die, when my daughter didn't pass away, a lot of people was angry with me because they wanted me in the club. You understood
I
that,
didn't hear
right?
what you said. It went out. It went out. It started breaking up.
Can you hear me now?
I can't hear you. It's just free. It was freezing. I heard you
Okay.
say when your daughter didn't die and then it froze up.
What I was saying to you is that when my daughter didn't pass away, there was a lot of people angry with me. You should have seen the hostility toward me because I wasn't in the club.
Huh. Mm-mm.
They wanted
I
my
don't.
baby to
It's
be gone
sad.
too. They did. They wanted. You know what I'm saying, Mika? You know what I'm saying about the club. They wanted me in the club
Yeah.
too and was very hostile.
It's disgusting because it ain't no place to wish for nobody to be.
But when you're in pain, sometimes that's what you wish for are other people. That's what I noticed there. That was the
Hmm.
biggest thing I
Hmm.
took away before I left. See, you have put your head down
Trust
on
me, I
that one, right?
understand. I understand. That's why I stay to myself. I mean, I'm good. I ain't never really alone.
Yeah, no, never. As long as you have
Mark,
a
you
relationship with
go.
God, you're gonna always be all right. You gonna as long as you know that God is, you ain't never really gonna be alone. Lonely and alone is two different things.
And I tell people that I'm not lonely. I'm just alone. And I'm
Yeah,
alone people wise. But with God, I'm good. And I'm only lonely because I miss my son. So I'm
yeah.
good.
And
I'm good.
anytime and anytime you get too alone, Eric gonna jump on your forehead. So
Oh, Jesus. That little boy is at work. Mark would never. They'd be like, Mark would never. Eric is, ooh,
Jamie loved that
Eric
boy.
is
You don't
Eric.
even know. Jamie loved him so much. She was like, "Oh my God, Mom, I love him. He is a trip."
He is just a busybody. Like he like 10 kids in one.
She loved him. Every bit of
10
that
kids in
badness
one.
Jamie loved. She called me up bragging about it. Ma,
He
and Eric,
wild. It
and
ain't
this
even
and
that he
that.
just outright bad. He just wild.
She loved it.
Feral. He's feral. He's wild.
He a, he a
I don't even
Peterkin.
understand why.
He a Peterkin, girl. Stop.
Listen,
I love you so much.
he is the hints inside of him. So
Oh my gosh. I know. You know he dank nephew. Come on now.
that boy is something else.
Oh my gosh. Big I love you.
He
Anything
is
you
a
want to say to
busybody.
the people leaving?
Just many blessings. I pray that everybody, walk into some of their greatest blessings this next season. I pray that everything that they thought was not near is just closer than they expected.
Amen. Amen. That's right. And anytime you call past, I say amen now, but the proper word is amen. Um, and you'll see me use it a lot on Facebook when I'm saying stuff to you. And the reason why I use Amen is because it means so be it. Okay? It means as God says, so be it. You know? So it's the same word as God said, Amen. So God says, or Amen, so be it. You know, so that means that you lay it all the way down so that it can come on through. You feel me? They come on through. Okay? All
Yep.
right. I love you. Look at you looking like a
I
grown
love you
lady.
more.
Yeah, looking like my little baby though,
Yeah.
playing my little grown lady
I'm
girl.
almost 50. I'm almost 50.
My little grown lady girl. Oh my God.
I'm almost 50.
I know
I'm getting there.
sister about a little bit something up there too. So I mean, I look good though, girl. I'm still looking good
I ain't
there.
complaining. Gotta be like, I ain't complaining. I
That's right.
ain't
That's right. I
complaining.
thank you so much.
I appreciate you
I'm
too.
gonna share this everywhere through all the pages and so that we can try and get you some extra funding. Um, I'll send you the extra information that I was telling you about for the
Okay.
crowdfunding, and definitely follow up with that information I sent you earlier today because
Okay.
when God send you a blessing, you know, jump on it and make sure you feel me.
Yeah, I'll be able to look into it more probably like right after the first, because like I said, it's that gala is
Yeah, just
it's just
read
so many
over it
pieces
real
moving.
good. Read over the information real good so you'll know what you working with and how you want to maneuver as you know what I'm saying? Like read over it real good so you'll be like, oh, okay, I got it, I got it. You know what I'm saying? And
Okay.
then make you a move. You feel me?
Thank you so much though. Thank you.
No, thank you. I love you. And make sure you
I love
hang
you
in
more.
there. Yeah, keep God first and everything else will fall into place, okay? Okay.
Thank you.
All right. I love you.
Alrighty.
Y'all know I always got me a special honey on my panel because they are just so worth it to me. You guys know I don't mess with too many slouchy people because I don't really like slouchy people. I like people who actually make it happen and get it done and keep it moving. And it's always gonna be like that. Y'all gonna always have that same movement out of me. Just to let you know, who is coming up next week? It's somebody coming up next week. I just cannot remember who is coming up next week. Who is coming up next week? I can't remember. I'll put it up on the board. Y'all know how I do. Come on, man. Don't be acting like that. Y'all know how I do. Y'all I told y'all already I'm old and things be going on and stuff. But I put it up on the board. Y'all guys catch me. You know I catch it. I'll put it out there. Always with much love. Thank you for coming through. Like, subscribe, share the video.
Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speakers. I can't hear y'all haters, you gotta speak up. I don't need to slow down, I need to speed up. Anonymous activity, Bobby B stuff. Jealousy's a ski mask, the motion, and eat up. Fresh out of the freezer. Fresh, guess I was freezed up. Fresh out of the deeper freezer, cause I'm deeper than any voice on speaker.